Have you ever reached a moment in life where you felt like everything was falling apart? Where the weight on your shoulders seemed unbearable? Where every door slammed shut and the people you thought you could rely on turned their backs on you? In those moments, the voice of despair whispers, "It's over. Nothing will change. You are stuck here forever." But I came to tell you today with unwavering conviction, do not believe that lie. Trust God. He will fix your situation. When you look at the ruins of your life, God sees the blueprint for restoration. When you see chaos, God sees order. When you feel hopeless, God is preparing a breakthrough that will leave you speechless. There is a truth that cannot be shaken. God has never failed, and He will not start failing with you. Your situation may look impossible. Your bank account may be empty. Your health may be weak. Your relationships may be broken. Your mind may be heavy with worry. But listen, God does not ask you to solve what only He can solve. He asks you to trust Him. Trust is not passive. Trust is active faith. Trust is saying, I may not see the way, but I know God has the way. Trust is declaring, though I am surrounded by storms, I know God will calm the waves. Trust is standing firm when every voice tells you to give up, and still believing that God will fix it. Do not let your present trouble deceive you. Do not let your pain make you blind to the power of God. The same God who created the heavens and the earth, who spoke light into darkness, who separated seas and raised nations. This is the God who is watching over you right now. Your problem may be big, but God is greater. Your enemies may be many, but God is stronger. Your resources may be few, but God owns everything. When you lean on Him, you will find that what looks shattered in human eyes is only a canvas for His miracle. Some of you are living in silence, carrying secret burdens that no one knows. You cry in the dark, smile in the light, but inside you are weary. You are asking, why is this happening? When will it change? Does anyone care? I assure you, God cares. God has seen your tears. God has heard your prayers. And God has already set in motion the answer. The delay is not denial. The waiting is not rejection. The silence is not abandonment. Trust God. He will fix it at the right time, in the right way, with a result so perfect that you will understand why He made you wait. When you fix your eyes on the problem grows bigger. But when you fix your eyes on God, the problem shrinks in comparison to His greatness. Some of you are chained by fear. You keep replaying what could go wrong instead of believing in what God can make right. Fear is the enemy of trust. Fear whispers lies. You will never recover. You will never succeed. You will never be free. But faith anchored in God declares, my destiny is in the hands of the Almighty. My future cannot be destroyed by fear. My tomorrow is safe in His plan. God has never abandoned those who trust Him, and He will not abandon you. Even now, God is working behind the scenes. Even when you cannot see it, He is aligning circumstances. Even when you cannot feel it, He is strengthening you. Even when nothing seems to move, He is preparing the shift. That sickness that looks final is not final with God. That failure that seems permanent is not permanent with God. That betrayal that broke your heart will not stop your destiny with God. Trust Him with every detail of your life, and you will see that He takes what was meant for harm and turns it into good. Stop trying to control what you were never meant to control. Stop worrying about what you cannot change. Stop exhausting yourself with questions that only God has the answers to. Instead, surrender. Lift your heart and say, God, I trust you. Even if I don't understand, I trust you. Even if it hurts, I trust you. Even if I cannot see, I trust you. That act of surrender is not weakness. It is the greatest strength you will ever know. Because when you let go, God steps in. When you stop fighting battles that are not yours, God fights them for you. When you lay down your burden, God carries it with His power. Remember, these situations change, but God does not change. People may fail you, but God will never fail you. Doors may close, but God can open new ones no one can shut. Enemies may rise against you, but God can silence them with a single word. Trust Him. Trust Him when the night feels endless. Trust Him when the valley is deep. Trust Him when the storm is violent. Trust Him when nothing makes sense. Because trust in God is never wasted. And sooner than you think, you will see with your own eyes that God has fixed what no human hand could repair. There are moments in life when everything inside you screams to give up. Your strength feels drained, your mind is clouded, your soul feels crushed. But let me tell you this truth. When your strength ends, that is where God begins. The hand of God is not shortened. His power is not limited. His mercy is not exhausted. You may look at yourself and say, I am weak, I am broken, I am nothing. But God looks at you and says, you are mine, and I will raise you up. That is the essence of trust. Believing that though you may fall to the ground, God will lift you higher than you were before. Do not allow your past mistakes to imprison you. Too many of you live with guilt and regret, thinking that because you failed yesterday, you have no future tomorrow. That is a lie designed to keep you bound. God is not finished with you. If He woke you up this morning, it is because your purpose is still alive. God does not define you by your failures. He defines you by the destiny He placed within you. Trust Him to take your broken pieces and create something so beautiful that people will look at your life and know only God could have done it. When you trust God, you stop begging for scraps of approval from people. You stop chasing after things that cannot satisfy. You stop kneeling before problems that are smaller than the one you serve. Trusting God gives you a boldness, a peace, and a courage that nothing in this world can steal. The storms may rage, but your heart is calm because you know who holds the winds. The battle may roar, but you stand firm because you know who fights for you. The future may be unknown, but your steps are steady because you know who guides them. Some of you are in a wilderness season right now. Nothing is moving. Nothing seems to grow. You feel forgotten. But listen, the wilderness is not a place of abandonment. It is a place of preparation. God is shaping you in the silence. God is training you in the waiting. God is removing what you don't need and strengthening what you do. And when the appointed time comes, you will step out of that wilderness stronger, wiser, and ready to walk into the blessing God has prepared for you. Trust Him in the wilderness because the wilderness is the doorway to your promised future. Do not envy those who seem to rise without God. Their success may look flashy, their lives may appear easy, but without God, it is an empty crown. What is built without God will crumble. What is achieved without God will wither. But what is planted in God, no man can uproot. When you put your trust in Him, your foundation is unshakable. Your blessings will not be temporary, they will be eternal. Your victories will not be hollow, they will be complete. God will make sure of it. Trust is tested most when God is silent. Silence is not absence. Silence is not neglect. Silence is a test of whether you believe in His presence, even when you cannot hear His voice. Do you trust Him enough to keep walking in the dark, knowing His hand still holds you? Do you trust Him enough to keep praying, even when the answer hasn't come? Do you trust Him enough to keep believing, even when the evidence around you contradicts the promise inside you? If you can trust Him in the silence, you will see Him in the breakthrough. God's wisdom is higher than your understanding. Sometimes He closes a door not because He is punishing you, but because He is protecting you. Sometimes He delays a blessing not because He has forgotten you, but because He is perfecting it. Sometimes He allows the storm not to destroy you, but to teach you how to rise above it. Trust that God sees the whole picture while you only see a fragment. What you think is a setback is often the very thing positioning you for your greatest advancement. And hear me well, God does not need ideal conditions to fix your situation. He does not need people to agree with you. He does not need your circumstances to look favorable. He does not need resources in your hand to provide. He can create rivers in the desert. He can bring light out of darkness. He can make a way where there is no way. Do not measure the possibility of your breakthrough by the size of your problem. Measure it by the greatness of your God. Some of you are trapped in worry, and it is stealing your peace. Worry changes nothing, but trust changes everything. Worry drains you, but trust empowers you. Worry blinds you, but trust opens your eyes to possibilities you never imagined. Worry keeps you small, but trust lifts you into the greatness God designed for you. God never created you to live as a prisoner of anxiety. He created you to walk in freedom, strength, and faith. The only key to that freedom is trust, deep, unshakable trust in God. The time has come for you to let go of the excuses. Stop saying, I can't because it's too late. With God, it is never too late. Stop saying, I can't because I don't have enough. With God, He is your enough. Stop saying, I can't because I am not qualified. With God, He qualifies the unqualified. Stop saying, I can't because I am too broken. With God, brokenness is the very material He uses to show His power. Trust Him, and you will see that nothing can stop His hand from moving in your life. There are seasons in your life when the weight of hardship feels unbearable, when no solution seems near, when people's words cut deeper than swords, and when the silence of your nights feels louder than the noise of your days. But even in those seasons, I urge you, do not turn your eyes away from God. For in the silence, God is whispering strength. In the pain, God is shaping purpose. In the delay, God is preparing a greater blessing. than you ever imagined. What you call burden, God calls training. What you're quoting, God calls beginning. Trust Him. He is not finished with you yet. So often we measure our hope by what we see in front of us. If the bank account is low, we say there is no hope. If the diagnosis is bad, we say there is no hope. If people walk away, we say there is no hope. But hear this clearly. Hope does not come from circumstances. Hope comes from God. The same God who provides for the birds in the air and clothes the flowers in the field has promised to sustain you. Your circumstances may change daily, but the God who holds you never changes. He is the anchor that keeps you steady when everything else shifts. Trust Him beyond what you see. Some of you have been asking, why is this happening to me? You think your pain is punishment. But no, your pain is not punishment. It is positioning. God allows certain challenges to come into your life, not to destroy you, but to place you where you need to be for His plan to unfold. If Joseph had not been betrayed by his brothers, he would not have reached the palace. If Daniel had not been thrown into the den, he would not have been lifted before kings. Your current trial may be the very road that carries you into your destiny. Trust God, because He is working through what feels unfair to bring about what is beyond fair, His divine justice and favor. Stop comparing your journey to others. Some are rising faster, some are succeeding sooner, some are celebrated while you are ignored. But comparison is the thief of trust. God's plan for your life is not a duplicate of another person's. Your timing is not their timing. Your path is not their path. Trust that God knows exactly when to open the door for you. If you try to force it, you will exhaust yourself. If you try to copy others, you will miss your unique blessing. Wait on God. His timing is perfect. When He decides it is your season, no power in this world can stop what He has ordained for you. Many live in bitterness because of betrayal. People you trusted broke their promises. People you loved turned against you. People you supported abandoned you in your weakest hour. But hear this: trust in God will heal what human betrayal has broken. Do not give bitterness the power to poison your heart. Release them, not for their sake, but for your own. For when you trust that God is your defender, you stop seeking revenge. When you trust that God sees every injustice, you stop worrying about human judgment. And when you trust that God is your avenger, you can walk in peace knowing that no betrayal can cancel His plan for you. Trusting God is not only for the big things, it is for the small things too. Every detail of your life matters to Him. The conversation you had today, the thought that troubled your mind, the decision you must make tomorrow, God cares about all of it. He is not just the God of miracles. He is the God of daily bread. He provides in the little, so you will have strength for the much. Too often, we trust God only for the dramatic breakthroughs, but not for the ordinary steps of life. Learn to trust Him in the everyday, and you will discover that even the small things align perfectly when He is guiding your path. Do not be deceived by temporary setbacks. A delay is not a defeat. A closed door is not the end. A fall is not final. Trust God enough to rise again. The righteous are not those who never fall. They are those who trust God to lift them after every fall. Life will push you down, but God will raise you higher. Life will strip things away, but God will restore with abundance. Life will test you, but God will reward your endurance. Trust Him when you are down, for it is only a matter of time before He places you on higher ground. When fear surrounds you, remember that God is greater than every fear. Fear looks at the storm, but trust looks at the one who commands the storm. Fear magnifies the problem, but trust magnifies God's power. Fear paralyzes, but trust propels. Fear whispers, "You can't," but trust declares, "With God I will." Do not let fear have the final word in your life. Replace every fearful thought with trust. Say to yourself in the middle of the night, "God is with me." Say in the face of uncertainty, "God will guide me." Say in the midst of lack, "God will provide for me." This is how you win, by placing your confidence not in what you see, but in the God you serve. And let me remind you, trusting God is not weak hope, it is unshakable confidence. It is not a wish, it is an assurance. When you trust Him, you are not crossing your fingers and hoping for the best. You are standing firm on the guarantee that God does not fail. His promises are unbreakable. His will is unstoppable. His love is unending. When you trust Him, you are saying, "I know my life is in the safest hands, and those hands will never let you go." When life presses you to the ground and you feel as though your prayers rise no higher than the ceiling, that is when you must anchor your soul in the unshakable truth that God hears, God sees, and God answers. Do not be fooled by how things appear. The silence of heaven does not mean the absence of God. He is nearer to you in your valley than He was when you stood on the mountaintop. Trust Him, because what feels like delay is often God's way of preparing you for a blessing so great that you could not handle it if it came too soon. There is a hidden strength that comes only when you put your trust in God. It is the strength that keeps you walking when others quit. It is the peace that steadies your heart when others lose their minds in panic. It is the courage that allows you to face giants that everyone else runs away from. Trust in God does not make life easier, but it makes you unbreakable in the face of hardship. You may bend under the storm, but you will not snap. You may stumble under the weight, but you will not collapse, because the power that holds you is not your own. It is God's. Let me speak to those who feel forgotten. Perhaps you look around and it seems as though everyone else is advancing while you remain in the same place. Doors open for others but stay locked for you. Opportunities find them but bypass you. Listen closely, you are not forgotten. God has written your name on the palm of His hand. He has marked your life with divine purpose. What He has ordained for you cannot be stolen, delayed, or denied by anyone. Trust Him, because when the right moment arrives, He will lift you so high that the years of waiting will look like nothing compared to the glory of the blessing. You must also understand that trusting God requires letting go of the need to control. Control is rooted in fear. Fear that if you don't manage everything, it will fall apart. But trust says, even if I don't understand, I believe God holds it all together. Release the steering wheel of your life. You are not the driver. God is. The more you fight to control what is beyond you, the more you tire yourself out. But the moment you surrender, you step into supernatural rest. That rest is not laziness. It is confidence.